Hidden deep inside the walls of your home, there's this invisible safety network. It's like a silent guardian protecting you and your family every single day. And odds are, you probably don't even know it's there. So today, we're going to pull back the drywall and reveal the secrets of this incredible life-saving system. We've all seen it, right? That third kind of round prong on the plugs for your computer, or maybe a power strip. You might think, oh, it's just there to make it fit better. But it is so much more than that. It's actually key to the entire safety system we're about to uncover. So that little prong, it's your personal connection to this brilliant system of wires whose one and only job is to protect you when things go wrong. Ready to see how it all works? Let's dive in. Okay, so to really understand how the safety system works, we first need to look at how electricity is supposed to work. And we'll start with something super simple, like an everyday lamp. Think of it like a really simple delivery route. You've got the hot wire, which is usually black. That's the delivery truck, right? It brings a constant flow of power to the lamp. Then you've got the neutral wire, usually white, which is the return road. It gives that power a path back to the source. It's this perfect, complete round trip. The lamp lights up, and everything's working just like it should. But what happens when that perfect circuit breaks? What happens when there's an electrical fault? This is where the danger comes in, and, well, this is where our story really begins. In a normal situation, the metal casing on that lamp is totally harmless. You can touch it, no problem. But let's imagine a hot wire inside gets a little worn down, and its bare metal touches that casing. In an instant, the entire metal body of that lamp becomes live. It's now a silent, deadly trap, just as dangerous as grabbing the hot wire itself, just waiting to deliver a really severe, maybe even fatal electric shock. And that exact scenario is why your home has a built-in bodyguard. It's a system designed to spring into action in the milliseconds before disaster can strike. So let's meet the hero of our story, the ground wire. This wire, usually green or just bare copper, has one single, incredibly crucial job: to be an emergency escape route. That's it. During normal operation, it does absolutely nothing. It just sits there, waiting, ready to spring into action. Okay, so let's walk through what happens here, because it's lightning fast. First, the fault happens. That casing becomes alive. Instantly, the ground wire gives that dangerous electricity a super easy escape route. This creates this massive surge of current that travels safely all the way back to your breaker panel. And here's the kicker. That huge surge is what trips the breaker, shutting off the power in a fraction of a second. The ground wire's whole job is to create a problem so big, so obvious, that the breaker has no choice but to shut everything down before you can possibly get hurt. Next up, we've got something called bonding. Now, if the ground wire is the escape route, bonding is what makes sure all the metal parts of your house know where that escape route is. It's all about connecting the metal things that shouldn't have electricity, appliance casings, pipes, junction boxes. It's kind of like making all the metal parts hold hands. And this is so critical because it stops a dangerous voltage difference from building up between two things you might touch at the same time, like a metal faucet and a faulty appliance. Okay, so we have the ground wire as an escape route, and we have bonding to connect everything to it. But where does that route ultimately lead? Well, it leads to the biggest, most stable electrical ground of all, the Earth itself. This whole process is called grounding, or sometimes you'll hear it called earthing. It's the act of physically connecting your entire electrical system to the planet, usually with a long metal rod that's driven deep into the soil. This creates a super easy path for electricity to follow, and it anchors your system's voltage. It also gives you a safe way to get rid of massive external threats like a lightning strike or a power line surge, protecting your entire home. Now, you might hear the terms grounding and earthing used, and yeah, there are some subtle regional differences in exactly what they refer to. But honestly, don't get too hung up on the terminology. The ultimate goal is exactly the same, providing a safe path for dangerous electricity to escape to the Earth. So all these different pieces, the hot, the neutral, the ground, the Earth connection, they all have to work together perfectly. And for that to happen, there is one single, absolutely non-negotiable rule that must be followed. All right, here it is, the golden rule, the one thing you can't ever get wrong. The neutral wire, the one that carries current, and the ground wire, the one that shouldn't, are only allowed to be connected or bonded in one single place in your entire electrical system, your main service panel. That is it, nowhere else. This rule is absolute. So why is this such a huge deal? Because if you bond them anywhere else, say in a subpanel, you turn your safety wire into a live wire. It creates all these multiple, unpredictable return paths for electricity, which can totally confuse a circuit breaker and stop it from tripping during a real fault.
This energizes every single ground wire and metal casing connected to it, turning your entire safety system into a widespread, invisible shock hazard. It is the one rule you can never, ever break.
And so there you have it. The hot wire delivers the power. The neutral gives it the normal way home. The ground wire stands by as the emergency escape hatch. And bonding makes sure everything is connected to that escape hatch, which is then anchored safely to the Earth itself. A perfect team!
So, the next time you plug something in, take a quick look at that third prong. You'll know it's not just some extra piece of metal. It's your personal link to an incredible, life-saving system. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other invisible systems are all around us, working silently, day in and day out, just to keep us safe.